Good morning YouTube. Chris here, the Country Cottage Gardener, and I welcome you back to another video. It's a rather different setting for myself because I'm normally greeting you whilst I'm on the job. But today I thought I'll greet you and take you along the ride for a full week, a full typical week of how I run and the customers that I go visit and the jobs that I get up to and all those things that I don't really document because a lot of my videos are on the job. I'm there and I'm doing the work, and you know, I throw in my fancy editing because I love my editing. It's the reason why I started YouTube, to be honest. I was watching the likes of Jason Gardner and the Fully Charged Gardener Andy, and also inspiration from Reese as well. You know, they all do these gardening videos, and Emerald Bren, and I took inspiration from them. I thought I'll give that a go, and then it spiraled into finding this world of editing. So I'm not computer minded at all, would you believe it? If you look back at some of the videos where I'm doing Superman jumps out of the sky, or making a bouncy ball turn into an egg in a frying pan or whatever, but this has all come about because of my getting into YouTube and finding a different way of being creative. But anyway, I digress slightly. I thought I'd take you along for a typical week and have a look at those jobs that I don't normally document. So apologies if this is going to be a bit of a longer video. I don't know how long it will be, but I'll try and just do snippets of my day, show you around a few of the clients. As I say, it's a pretty typical week. We are on Monday and I am running 5 minutes behind already. Purely for the reason that I've gone and picked up a whiskey barrel this morning which came up on Facebook Marketplace. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in due course later in the week and show you what I'm doing. How are you? Okay, so my first job of the day is actually going to be putting some potash from my bonfire areas onto the beds here. I came last Thursday. I changed my day last week so I didn't interfere with the client having a birthday party at the property. So I changed it around. It's a nice bit of flexibility for them. They don't want a customer. The customer doesn't want you burning, even though I'm in one of the fields away from the house, you know, and also my van clogging up the driveway and things like that. So I said I'll move my day, it's not a problem. I could do that and just alter a few people around. So first job is I'm going to be putting potash from the two bonfire areas I've got. I have two because I'll stack one throughout the year and then burn on the other one. That way any animals which might be living in it. This one we do have rabbits which are they dig down into it, but in all the years I've been coming here they've been there, and to be honest I've never seen them in the field, not that I'm here at that time of day. But they're not bothered even when we have the fire on there. Their warrens are going to be deep enough. So that's one of the first tasks I'm going to be doing. So lots of shoveling and lots of wheelbarrow moving today. Well, for the first job anyway here. Right, okay, so just had an apple, gave the cord to the horse, keep her sweet so she doesn't charge me. She's a lovely little animal. Oh, we have a black cat patrolling the field, probably hunting mice over there. She thinks that she can't see us. Actually, she is pretty difficult to see in the background, but just over there to stay. Anyway, while we're talking about distance, the church has just rung 10, and that's a very significant church to myself there. That's the one where my wife and I got married, and also where my little boy was christened as well. So anyway, I'm on wheelbarrow about number 8 so far. I'm not going to show much more of this because it's quite repetitive. But I just want to talk about the benefits really of why I'm doing this, why I'm putting the ash from the fire onto the beds. You can compost this, it will help with the fertilising with the compost within. With this, I'm lightly scattering it over the beds. I'm lightly scattering it over, and I'm going to let the rain work its way in, or if I get time I'm going to slightly till the soil and dig it over. We've got quite friable soil here anyway, which is quite good because it's continuously being worked. But this is going to be full of potassium, it's going to be full of those small trace elements which the plants are going to love. You can change the pH if you overdo this sort of thing, but in the amounts that I'm scattering over. So if you're literally, when I say scattering, literally when you're shaking the shovel, it's just going over, not leaving great big clumps. I like it so if I can run my finger across it, you can easily go through. You don't have to rake through lots of it. But this will just work its way through. I'll do this once a year on all the beds everywhere that I have the bonfires. So there we are. We'll catch up with the next job at this property in a little while. I'm going to do a few more wheelbarrow loads whilst I listen to my second podcast of the day. Right, so I've done some of the ash work, I've gone and tidied up a couple of the little veg beds that I've made ages ago, and if you want to watch when I made those from recycled timber, I'll add up the tag at the top here and you can go back and watch that video. But I'm just in this little wildflower area. This is fairly young in here. This is actually onto its second year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the brush cutter and I'm going to hit all this back and rake it up and get it tidy so it can get ready for next year. Right, okay, I've kind of doubled back on myself a little bit. I thought, while I got the brush cutter out, I've come back out into the field where I was getting the potash from earlier on, because there's all stinging nettles around the bonfire area here. But while I've got it out, I might as well just tidy that up. So let's give that a go. Good morning, YouTube. Here we are on Tuesday. A little bit overcast today, but I've got a feeling that it's going to burn off before long, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So here I am at my first job, first of two that I've got, and I'm going to be working in this courtyard part of this house here. I did a video a while back of me trimming up these buxus, and I'll be honest, they've actually put on a little bit of growth since then anyway, so I might just give them a nip over before winter just to catch up those stragglers, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to mainly be going round and I'm going to prune up some of the fruit trees that we've got around here, and it's going to be leaf clear up through here and then a little bit of weeding as well. I'm only spending a couple of hours here because I have quite a short day on a Tuesday because I picked my boy up from school. Anyway, let's get on with some work for Tuesday. Left the other clients. I was there for a few hours just tidying up their courtyard, and I just went round a few other areas within the gardens and such, and just blew a few more leaves, mainly by their doors and such, so when they're opening up they haven't got them going in all week, so I don't concentrate on all of those areas, but I have courtesy going around and just clearing up those areas which might be an inconvenience to them rather than giving them a deep proper clean. Going up to another weekly customer. This one is my favourite customer and one of my legacy customers. This is, I've said it many times before in my videos, this is a 10-year relationship that I've got here, and I'm going to be carrying on with a hedge reduction that I started filming last week. Now this one I did do a video at a little while ago where I was doing a beech hedge reduction, and I put out the full video of this. But anyway, this one is where I'm reducing a mammoth yew hedge, and I'll be honest, it's one that I think I'm close to biting off more than I can chew. But it's a really relaxed job that I'm doing, although it's quite strenuous for myself, and it would be for anybody, because I can go and I can do bit by bit. I can do a little bit week after week over the winter period. There is absolutely no rush or stress from the client here for me to carry it out and get it done in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settings. There's many other areas of the garden that I am actually maintaining and looking after. So I'm not going to film so much of this, but I will throw the camera over my progress and have a little chat about it when I'm down there. And I might film a few other little bits of the other job that I'm doing on here. Anyway, we'll catch up in a minute. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. This is a hedge that I reduced the other week. The farmer's actually come early and is actually topping out the hedge for us. You get a little bit of a view of that for a minute. That's pretty cool, eh? think with all the leaves today, if I can, I might actually just whop the hedge cutter out and do the face of this beech hedge while I'm here. Purely because then it's only one lot of tidying up. So as you can see, this cherry tree has dramatically dropped over the last week. But whilst he's doing that, I might as well actually do this face and then do all the tidy up in one go. Let's see what the client says. All the leaves here are from the lima trees behind me. Now, they take me a good couple of days to do those. I spread them over some time. They're all intertwangled. Not sure if I'll do a video on those this year because I have done one previously. Again, I'll put a link up above or in the description text. Oh, my old boots, that pheasant made me jump. So there we are. Anyway, right, let's swing the camera around and you'll see from here this hedge reducing. So this is where I've started. See where I've come along there. This is all the waste. Gonna have a bonfire down here at some point. That's where you can really see how the height's coming out. You can see why I'm reducing it. This height through here is nuts. Have a little bit look back at the video. I highly recommend it. It's a very good video. Anyway, this wasn't sketchy enough. I'm going to actually add a second extension. Second extension pole. Hello. And giving aspend to that machine is like giving moe to a chav that's used to drinking white lightning. Well, you know you had a bad day when you hit a little bit of barbed wire fence or something with your hedge cutter and you might take a little nick out one of the teeth. Imagine hitting a load of wire mesh which then wraps around the flail on a tractor. Anyway, I'm going to do some work. Hi, good morning YouTube. It's Wednesday and the week is buggering off at some speed, just like this whole year has really. But there we are. Let's fire up some machines and actually make a bit of noise and crack on through these brambles. Oh, right, so here's the progress so far. So we can see where it was all the way back out there. Just going to refuel the machine. I'm using still Moto Mix there. Reason I'm trying that is because I'm comparing long term to see that between the Aspen, see if there's a difference. There have been a couple, but I'll go into those once I've finished my investigations. So client has come back. He's happy with what I'm doing. More than happy with what I'm doing. I can't believe the amount of space that's being regained. Molehill there, I'm just going to kick over. But what we've decided is we're going to go back a little bit further because we've gained so much space. We're actually going to go back the same again. So just where that tree is there, I'm going to go back there. Right, okay, I'm loading up the van. I've come to my time allocated to this property now. Client has come and seen me before she's shot off again. Really chuffed, really chuffed. I can't believe. They said that the last time that they see the front of this tree was when they first moved in. So it's been quite a few years, as you could tell, since this has actually been discovered. So got one more job to do today, which I'll take you along to, and over there I think I'm going to go cut a yew hedge. Anyway, let's swing the camera around. Bit of difference, reduced half inside. If we remember, they literally came, some of the runners were up into the apple trees here. Got this cooker, and then the eater behind, which the runners were. I've just cleared a little bit here, which was stingers. Could go back a bit further, but we're going to keep that. Well, I would keep that bit there. This is really good for wildlife, all this. I mean, you could argue that I've taken away a bit of the habitat, but it's a nice compromise. They're up in one of the fields up there that they've got. There's a lot more brambles as well, so it's finding that balance. But this is regaining an area which is going to become grass, and there's no point taking all the grass all the way back there. So it's a nice compromise, keeping this good for wildlife. Anyway, that's that for here for this week. Let's get on to the next job. Right, okay, well, the weather has changed, so here I am at job 2, last job of the day, and I think I filmed here before. Actually, this hedge, I did a how I do hedge cutting video on this, probably this time last year, maybe a little bit sooner. I think I'm a little bit behind. But anyway, been coming here for a lot of years, just like a lot of my customers. I'm just going to give this taxus trim up. So I'm going to power on because I want to get this done, because it's time to rain and I don't really want to get wet. So anyway, let's get on with it. Oh, where are we? Right, so I've cut that, raked up. There's a few little bits on here, but I'll probably give these lawns the last cut next week. At this time of year I drop it to every other week, although I come every week. I've got every other week. It's just so damp and yucky in the air now. Right, this before I drag it down to the bonfire site. I'll swing the camera around, you can have a look. Nice, simple, very standard taxus cut there. Little curve to the top. One bulk bag of waste. Here we are. Right. Drag this down to the bonfire. Right, YouTube, so this is my second and last job of the day, and it's going to be a leaf clear up. Well, YouTube, autumn has struck, definitely here. And you'll see from the little sweep around that we've done straight at the beginning, these London plane trees behind me are absolutely dropping their load. So not only have we got all of these leaves which are coming down, we have huge chunks of bark as well, as these London plane trees suck in all of the pollutants from the road. They get dropped within the bark. If anyone's interested, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the London plane is a cross between an English plane and a Japanese maple, I think, or it might be Japanese. I think it's Japanese maple, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this client, that fence back there, I did record it as a job, but to be honest, I didn't edit it. I wasn't happy with the quality of the editing. The road behind was extremely noisy when we had this all open, and I just wasn't happy with the quality, so I never bothered putting it out. But going back probably about 8 years ago, I actually was first introduced to this kind of because I put in all this railway sleeper terracing here. But I'm here today and I'm doing a clear up of leaves. Yay! Right, so I've got 2 piles of this just to put up, so I'll show you the easy way of getting it into a bin. You've got those leaf grabber things that you can use, or if you've got a wolf garten rake, you could just take the head off and scoop it up with one of those. They do a leaf grabbing version later on, like the rake, but it's not that good. I prefer to do it this way. Makes it a bit easier, doesn't it?